what's going on? It's Antoine Washington, Studio 5.5 Photo. Thank you guys again for joining me for another episode of What's in Your Studio. Man, it seems like a lot's going on, right? Oh, wow. What is going on with this picture and why do you have all the stuff around it and all this other stuff? Well, let's get into it, all right? What I want to talk to you about it is called, what is it called? Rim lighting, edge lighting, glass lighting, I don't know, all this good stuff. So this is like with two strip boxes, a backdrop, some crazy configurations of what's happening in my studio. Um, here's a video real quick so you can see how that looks real quick. I want to make sure you guys have that video. It should be playing somewhere on the screen. Like I said, my website is right there, hifiphoto.com. Listen, this is about me sharing my inner world with you. I am sharing me with you. So if you want to come along with this journey, stick with me and let's get down to business. Let's go to part one. This is the intro. Let's go to part one. Let's get down and dirty. It's called real quick. What? I'm doing a live video. I'm doing a lot. Listen, I will be back with you as soon as I possibly can. I'm doing a live video, and this is about something you're asking about. So go ahead and watch it on my YouTube channel, Antoine Washington. You can see it on What's in My Studio. And also, too, you can see my other videos at Antoine Washington. You can see what's Washington and Washington. You can see episodes of things in there as well. Go ahead and watch it. Yeah. All right. Talk to you later. Ciao. Man, let me tell you. Part one of everything is a basic understanding of structure. You saw the video. I showed you the video real quick in the other segment of how the setup is. You saw my trusty assistant in there. She's always around. I'm telling you. Okay. So, but it's good to have something there that you can kind of mimic what you're trying to do. Don't take everything for gospel, but you can definitely get an understanding why I love having a mannequin or something there that I can shape like and kind of gives me an answer to some things. I do have a portrait head too that I use. So if you guys ever want to know that, look at my videos. I do some good stuff. So let's talk about the framing of this shot. All right, the framing of this shot is pretty simple. So I'm going to use my, let's see here. I'm going to use this guy here. So the framing of the shot, I want you guys to think about it like this. This is my wall, okay, of my studio. This is the wall of my studio. So right here, I put a strip box, okay, right here and right here, facing my wall, all right? The strip box is facing to hit the wall. The light is facing to hit the wall, okay? This is a tripod. Make sure you guys have the little tripod legs right there. And then this here is a V flat. Now, my V flat, okay, is here, like this. It's covering the light, okay? So the light is behind it, all right? So this is the back part of the V flat, okay? The light's right here, right? So it's wall, light, V flat, okay? And the V flat is right here. So how's the V flat structured? It's basically this part right here is out and down. So this is the open part, okay? And this is the back part going here. So just basically, if I had to build a wall and I need to put a wall in front of here, that's what I want it. So the V flat is not covering the light. It's just a wall in front of the light. Same thing over here. It's a wall in front of the light. Okay? Sorry about my V flat over there. So, but that's what this is. Okay? So you have wall, your light, B flat. Okay? So I have a black backdrop. Okay? And my subject, right? So this is it. So my subject is in between. My subject is in front. I'm sorry. My subject is basically in front of the edges, of the V flats. So that's why I want you to see this video. But sometimes people kind of start to kind of figure out, are they inside of the V flat close to the wall? Are they further back? She's just right in front of the V flats. So the light will hit the wall, it will basically bounce around her. You can get this nice little edge shape. It's not blown out. You can see her, the figure of her legs. It bevels down. That's how you see. Well, I keep doing that. I'm gonna go here, this thing here. So in the light, I don't want you guys know. You see how the light just falls off? Because that's what I wanted. I wanted the light to fall off, right? That's what I wanted to see. That's how you get this particular setup. Now imagine you stand her up. She faces to the left, faces to the right. She goes a little bit deeper inside. I open up the V flats a little bit more, let more light to hit her. All of this stuff. So you say, what about the question of how did you get the if the light is that close and it's hitting the wall, would it not make the wall really bright? My settings on there is pretty. It's set up for an aperture to where I'm trying to get as much light and as little light as possible. So I can dare to say what was my settings for this. Let me give you an idea. Your space may be a little different. Your lighting may be a little different. If you want to use modeling lights, you can do that, but I'm using strobes. So my strobes were set probably 1/16. Okay, all right, 1/16 on both sides. All right, and that is like, so if I have a stop, so my stops start at 1/1, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16. As you can see, right? So, and then you got 24, and all of that stuff. So it goes up and up and up. So, this is brighter, and this is more, denser light, right? So I was probably right in the middle of where my light, the power of these particular lights. Um, and they're newer lights, company newer. I really do like working with these in my inside my studio. I have my big studio lights that I do different stuff with, and I'll show you that also. But these guys kind of work well with what I need to do. So that right there at 16th of a stop. So that means now I have to set my my setup for how I want the depth of light to hit my backdrop, how to hit my subject. So that's where the artistry comes in with you manipulating your camera. So in this particular case, I knew I didn't want, since I'm using strobes, I knew I didn't want to force my shutter speed, right? I didn't want to be no more than 1/25th, no lower than that. Okay, I didn't want to be no lower than 1/125th. When you're using strobes, unless you're using uh, um, a different setting. Okay, it's slipping my mind right now. But I'm only going to get 1/200 high speed sync. That's what I was thinking about. Unless you're doing high speed sync, um, you're not going to get past pretty much 1/200th of a shutter speed with strobe, unless you're doing high speed sync. Maybe 1/250th in some cases, but most cases it's going to be around there, between 200 and under. Now, my ISO was at 100. Now this is where I started playing around with my f-stop. Now my f-stop, I told myself how much detail do I want, all of this stuff. So I normally start my f-stop around 3.2-ish, around that area, right? And then I work my way up. For stuff like this, portraits and things like that, because I don't want a lot of detail. I don't want a lot of density. I don't want all that stuff. So I start playing with that, and then I start working my way backwards and forwards, tweaking the lights a little bit here and there to kind of get the shaping the right way. So it's not like a straight on. Oh man, you can do it like you. I'm just positioning your lights. If you want to open them up a little bit more, it gives you different texture, gives you different closure of the shadow. If you close them down, it gives you a different feeling as well. But what you don't want to do is create too many high key hot spots and stuff like that. It's just not going to give you that layers of lighting effects that you're looking for. Now, I did some post work on this, as you can tell. The natural hit of this, yes, the back part is lit, but my whole idea of me sharing this with you is to try to help you to understand that when you're looking at lighting and creating different lights, you don't have to have a lot to get all the imagery. but you should have a basic understanding of the structure of creating and folding and bending like to your mold. And you're just gonna have to practice it. You know, you're gonna have to practice it and keep it going to make sure that you are doing something good. So this is part one. And part one, I'm done, son. All right.